What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my Crown Jewel card predictions. Crown Jewel's an interesting one because we already kind of have the card kind of mixed out and kind of picked around. It's just really who's going to be the rest of the matches. And with a 5-card match, usually, it looks like we have 3 matches to pick off of. And I don't really know 100% who it could be, but I feel like I got a good idea. We're going to have 6 matches. I don't think that all 6 of these matches are going to happen. I think one is left off, but I'm kind of interested to see which one is going to be the one left off. I feel like it just makes a lot of sense to have all 6 of these matches happen. Other than that, it's just another type of card prediction video. Let's just get started. Let's get some of the obvious ones out the way. Some that we've already heard that could potentially be announced, well, technically are announced and got really announced at Bad Blood, is Cody versus Gunther. Cody versus Gunther will be an interesting one. I think Cody versus Gunther is going to favor probably a lot of really just combat. I think that's it. It's just, this is the weird thing with those championship matches, that there's not a lot of story. I don't think you can really put a lot of story and a meaning behind it. It's just an exhibition match. It's like you're going to probably like a live show and you see this match happen. So Cody versus Gunther is a match I have always wanted to see. I've always wanted to see it happen, but I wanted Gunther to dethrone Cody. Looks like it's just really a match we're going to see. And maybe the stakes aren't that high, and that's why this match isn't going to be like one of the greatest ever matches, but it's still going to be a great match. Next up, we have Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. Another match that is championship on championship, but I don't really feel like I'm going to be heavily invested into this one. Granted, we'll have to see what the future beholds, but I think they're going to somehow have to mesh, Nia Jax and Liv Morgan and somehow get those two maybe on the same brand. Maybe Liv Morgan comes to SmackDown, Nia Jax comes to Raw, whatever it might be. They're going to have some build up to make me feel really strong on this kind of story. It's another one that's just like those exhibition matches. It's just really, let's just watch them. It's not something crazy. It's not amazing. I think I'm just super interested to see how are they going to make us realize these matches matter and these matches count. Just saying, oh, you win a belt if you win it is not good enough for me. Now let's get to the actual exciting part of this video, where it's the 4 matches that I think we're just going to have to build to. And we'll start off with Logan Paul. Yes, Logan Paul versus LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Now that is probably a stretch. Maybe there's something that's not Logan Paul. Honestly, when I first wrote this, there was no Logan Paul. But the fact of the matter is, Logan Paul sells in Saudi, and I think Saudi is going to want a Logan Paul. Logan Paul is going to want to be a part of Saudi. I think we see Logan Paul somehow in the mix somewhere in this kind of realm of a Crown Jewel match. Where would he be? Makes a lot of sense to be maybe a fatal 4-way for the US Championship, and maybe that's one of the matches we see. This match would cook. I think when you already have the Carmelo Hayes, the Andrade, and I also want to say the fact that on that SmackDown before Bad Blood, they didn't have this part of the card of Carmelo Hayes and Andrade makes me believe that the Game 7 that they're going to say Game 7 is going to be this triple threat. It makes a lot more sense, especially when you really see LA Knight's part of the picture and that they all want each other. Makes a lot more sense. So I think that this is going to happen. Logan Paul is just my wild card in here. Up next, we have Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. Another match that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people think this could happen. You look at Seth Rollins getting injured for a while because of Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins coming back and costing Bronson Reed against a Braun Strowman. This looks like this match will happen. It's just, I don't know if this is the one match that doesn't happen on Raw or doesn't happen on this card and happens on a Raw or something. But I think this feud, and if you really want to push Bronson Reed, should happen at Crown Jewel. It just makes more sense to have it here, and I think Bronson Reed would look amazing on a card like this. Up next, we have Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a one-on-one match. And this would be another interesting one because I think this is honestly a dream match of ours. And it would be interesting to see if they would put them on Crown Jewel. And I think the reason why I say this is because, let's be honest here, Saudi's not amazing to the kind of women's wrestling, having to wear full-on bodysuits sometimes. So it'd be interesting to see if we see this match on here. That's another one that I'm kind of iffy on, but I do believe that this match could be a great one, and it could build the storyline of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley entering Survivor Series. I think that's the main thing that a lot of these stories should build to Survivor Series, so I'm gonna say this match happens, but I'm not 100% confident like I am on others. With Raquel kind of costing Rhea Ripley the match, I could see a way that Rhea kind of goes against a Raquel Rodriguez, beats her, and then now it's really Team Rhea versus Team Liv Morgan entering Survivor Series. Up next, we have Roman Reigns versus, and I truthfully don't know on this one, Solo Sikoa or Jacob Fatu. I feel like, and this is me being honest, I feel like Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa should be on a bigger PLE or should be something that's way more focused than this, because it feels like there's a lot of tension there, and just saying battling for the Ulafala and being Tribal Chief here doesn't really make a lot of sense for me, in my opinion. I've said it before in the Raw kind of video that I had, that if this would happen and it's Roman versus Solo, whoever Solo's team has in this play is going to win. And the reason why is because they're going to show that numbers counts, and then Roman's going to lose and have to rebuild his numbers for Survivor Series. So that's why I want to say Solo more than Jacob, because if Solo wins, it's a big thing. Jacob winning on Roman, it's honestly a bigger thing, but I just don't see it happening. So I don't know what could happen unless there's a tag team or something. There just has to be something bloodline related, because Roman Reigns is right now scheduled for all of the SmackDowns leading up to this, and they have to build for Survivor Series. So I guess we'll just see what happens. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.